And here we are with the second match that we're showing tonight. It's probably the third match that we're playing. We've got a fourth one going on in the background now, and I am playing my sort of mech waker mage here. It's a combination of mechs with the flame wakers thrown in. I've sort of tinkered around with the mechs a little bit to make sure I'm getting maximum spare parts out of it. And there's a few other surprises. And of course I'm showing off my brand new golden mage. I finally got 500 wins with a character and got my gold portrait. I figured she was going to be the first one I got when I started playing the game, and was racking up wins much faster with her than any other deck. It was the one I sort of understood the most. And seeing as the Paladin has a hard time doing any sort of big damage on turn 2, he won't be able to clear off a minion with 3 health. I want to get the Snow Chugger out as soon as possible and start freezing him and really lock him up as quickly as possible. And he wants to slow my progress a bit. He throws out the shielded mini-bot to stop me from doing too much face damage and possibly take a turn 3 minion drop away, but we do have Cogmaster in hand, so that's fantastic. And he does have the coin, so he can coin out a consecration, but I don't really think it's worth it here. He has the muster, though. And how am I going to react to this? I don't know. I think I should probably just clear everything. But I do want to hit him in the face at least once. So, we don't have any small spells. We could try and draw into another Clockwork. In fact, you know what? I think I'm just going to play Spider Tank. Clear one of these, because he might coin Quartermaster here, but I want to keep him frozen for as long as possible. It looks like he might be playing a single buff. It could be Blessing of Kings. And there it is. You're going to use it to take out the Spider Tank. That's fine by me. And yeah, finish the Cogmaster off there. And I think he expects me to kill his blessed guy with my Snow Chugger. I'm just hoping I'm not going to have to do that. We'll see if the Goblin Blast Mage can take care of it. Good boy. And we keep him frozen. Now, depending on what happens on the next turn, I might even be able to pull the Blast Mage back and play him again. So we'll see how CaDaBu responds to this here. But keeping the Paladin frozen is just fun and awesome. So I think it's better just to trade here with these two and get more stuff on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Keep the Paladin frozen. Keep bringing heat, and hopefully we can maintain this advantage. We're also moving into Flame Strike territory now, so if he does somehow throw a quick big board together, I'll be able to deal with it pretty easily. Could be the Boomster, it is, and thank God I got my Big Game Hunter in hand ready to go. And that is totally about to happen. I'm going to keep pushing here. Just keep throwing that face damage on. And it is possible he could Equality Consecrate. I'm going to draw. Okay, and that looks pretty safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back Big Game Hunter just in case. We don't want to lose him right now. There's a possibility that he's playing other large creatures, and we want to be able to clear them off in one shot as well. I do have a Polymorph in this deck, but right now knowing I got Big Game in hand still is pretty useful. See, and there's the Equality Consecrate play. Pretty pleased that we or not Consecrate. Looks like he's going to heal and then just use the boom bots here to clear me off. That's fine. Now, how do we want to play it? I think we're going to go ahead and drop Spider Tank. Play the Tinkertown Technician, see what we get. And I hope the Boombot hits me in the face. That would be preferable. Beautiful. Okay, it was a big one, but that's what we wanted. We definitely didn't want it to do 4 damage to this guy and lose him. So now, obviously, Cad's still got to be careful now about what minions he chooses to play. He might have, you know, more than one minion with 7 or more attack behind. Still, we saw Dr. Boom. There may be a Nefarian. A lot of players are playing Nefarian these days, but he's giving me a nice flame strikeable board here, and we'll be able to. Well, it's not huge value, but brings me back up to full health. Keeps the board clear in front of me. And hopefully I can start pushing for the win now. I can't say I'm surprised that the Paladin healed, but when he threw out that antique heal bot, it kind of made me sad because it meant I had a lot more work to do. Of course, I'm drawing into some really good minions now. We got Paladin Shredder and Mechanical Yeti ready to go. If I draw a Flame Waker, well, I mean, with all this mana, being able to drop a couple of spare parts is really going to help. Is he going to clear the Spider Tank? I think so. And I imagine he's probably going to heal again. No, he's using Zombie Chow. Zombie Chow is one of those control cards where, you know, you can get it out real cheap, and it's probably going to kill two small things as it dies. But right now, with this tiny board and not very many cards in hand, it would be really nice to swing back the momentum in my favor. And I know he does run. We saw one Blessing of Kings. I don't know if we're going to see another, but I just want to pop this just in case. We don't need a 6/6 with Divine Shield. And I do not have another Flame Strike in this deck, so it's going to be important to sort of pull it back. I imagine he's going to kill the Yeti here. He freezes it instead. I was going to say I do have Pyroblast, so drawing into Pyro would allow me to sort of finish him off if the Yeti was unfrozen. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm going to draw before we play Tinkertown and see if we draw like a Dr. Boom or something. We're going to go ahead and build up spare parts here. Question is, how much damage can he do on the next turn? 5, 7, 9. I mean, I got healing in hand. I don't really think I need to play any of this stuff. I mean, we're going to go 3, 4, 8, 10. Okay, so we're going to go, let's go ahead and taunt up the Yeti. And I'm going to just go face and keep wearing him down. I think anything that runs into the Yeti is going to die here, so it doesn't really matter, except for this guy. But the Flame Waker should be able to mop him up. Okay, and there's a great polymorph target, so that should be pretty good. More dudes. He doesn't want to just keep topping my health up for no reason. Okay, so now we know we got to spend 7 mana to get him out into polymorph. That leaves us with 3 mana, and I want to go ahead and swap this guy's. It's kind of risky play, but I want him to die as quickly as possible. That takes care of those. This will take care of at least the Sludgy on his own. And yeah, we might actually have to... Oh, no, okay. Come on, Flame Waker. Do your job, buddy. Clear him off. And that'll do it. Okay, we got the board back, and we've got some pretty serious control right now. Now, there's no reason not to think the Paladin's got more healing, but at this point, I think I've taken a pretty big edge. Is that going to be another muster? No, he's got an owl. He does not want me firing any more of those shots. Okay, we'll hit the Flame Waker. Don't kill off my dude. Oh, you're so lucky. And running well definitely helps. Well, I don't really have an activator for the Blast Mage right now, so I suppose we may as well just clear these two guys off. I mean, maybe I should drop them anyway, just to hold on to the board here. Let's see, 14 and 10. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and heal. I don't think it's super important. I'm not like in bad shape, so I think getting the body down is more important than getting the max value from the healing, and I really want to be able to activate this. I don't want to just throw it out there. I mean, he's only got 4 health, so he could load up a True Silver and kill it. I'd rather get a little bit more out of it. It looks like Consecration's about to happen, so that dream is dead for now, but I know we got plenty more mechs in here. We even got another Snow Chugger, I know that. And a Noyatron, which is just beautiful. I want to just do it like that. Just do all the damage to the face. And that should be it for game 1 for us.
Hello. Well played. Thank you. The victory is yours.
And that'll do it. Alright, on to game 2. And my gold mage won! Yay! Woot woot! We got her gold so she could look good winning. And now we move on to Shaman. And this one I'm a bit iffy about. I kind of threw this deck together earlier. I really like the traditional Shaman cards. I mean, that includes like the new one, the Fireguard Destroyer, which, you know, people are a bit sort of, you know, two minds about it. But I think the Shaman is just really fun. He's got some really great spells, and he's got some really great creatures. And I would love to make a deck that works, that doesn't require just putting Mech Shaman together with a Fel Reaver and praying they don't burn your deck off before you win. I really do like using the sort of more traditional cards and the spell damage and whatnot. Okay, we're playing Paladin, so I think we're going to keep Lightning Storm. And Manatide Totem, let's see, he's going first, so on my turn 2 I can play it and get a guaranteed card draw, but I might lose it after that. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back and see if I can draw into a couple of decent minions here. And the answer is no, not really. Hey, kitty cat. And still nothing from me, so we'll go ahead and pass the first turn. He should just dude here, unless he's got shielded mini-bot. And this might be where I fall down with this Shaman deck. It's going to be very slow, so I mean, having to win a game in a match with a Shaman just to make sure I push through is going to be a little bit tough. But I don't mind making it tough on myself. I like to experiment a lot in Hearthstone, and I hope that you guys do too. I think it's something that people worry too much about. Oh, making this deck that's a really powerful deck, and you're going to win with it a lot, but what are you going to do with it, really? Are you going to spend, 10 hours a day and try and get yourself to Legendary? Does it really matter? I mean, what are you trying to achieve in the game? I think part of playing this game is really experimenting with different deck builds and your own ideas and trying to come up with something that works for you, that feels new to you. It's something that's like your own creation. So I'm going to continue to struggle on with things like Mage and Shaman that are not the traditional deck builds, just to see if I can be that kind of guy that's actually making this stuff for myself. Hey, look, a Snow Chugger. I don't think he's going to be alive very long. Oh, wow. And that Juggler is just running good. Well, we have ways to deal with these things, and it's about to happen. But that is my only Lightning Storm, so I'm going to need to start getting a board presence together here. And if he blesses this this shielded mini, I'm going to probably just have to hex it right away. Instead, that's looking more like my target for hex. We're going into turn 5 with 3 mana as well, so I don't know. Let's have a think about this. See, Manatide Totem won't live through the turn, so I think this is just the option, just to go ahead and hex here. CaDaBu seems to have very well developed decks. He's got a good collection. He really has a good understanding of the game and how to get the correct synergy out of the right cards. I mean, he does play some of the more traditional decks, but having said all of that, I think it just means that we need to hold on to one hex just in case he has Tyrion in his deck. Okay, 6 mana, so 3, 6. He's got 6 attack on board. I think we should just play the Fireguard Destroyer and make a totem. And we got the lowest possible buff on this guy. See, gain 1 to 4 attack, overload 1. So I have dropped him a couple times today and got the 7 attack from him. But I mean, even 4 is fine. Like it's going to clear off anything on the board right now. And here comes the muster for battle. So we're going to take a little bit of damage here. Oh, this is kind of nice. So I get to play Feral Spirit, and then I'm going to Lava Shock the mini-bot. That'll unlock my mana crystals. That leaves me with 2, so if I can get a taunt here, it'd be really fun. Yep, okay. That's got a nice little wall. I mean, we could see Equality, we could see Consecrate, we could see both, but at the moment, I've established a nice little wall here. And then, of course, there's the double Quartermaster, and this is looking pretty bad now. And I really don't see a way out of this at this point. I just don't have any direct damage in my hand at the moment. We used the Lightning Storm, and I don't have a great deal more behind that. Gotta kill that guy. And then I think we should just try for a healing totem. And we gotta get the use out. I'd like to save it for a weapon, but at this point I need to try and get the board back. I think I'm dead anyway, right? Let's see. 5, 8, 10, 12, 15. Yep, okay. That is that. Even though he may be going for trades. I don't know. Okay, so we fall to the Paladin. And it's a Warlock. And I'm pretty sure from all the matches we've played before that this is going to be Handlock. So, I kind of want an early good start, I think. And even though we could see Giants, this is going to be a tough matchup. This is just generally going to be a tough matchup. I think Handlock's definitely the favorite here. And we'll know on turn 2 pretty much if he taps. Pass turn 1, probably going to tap turn 2. And there's no reason that the Zoo Warlock would not have a 1 or a 2 drop. So if we see a tap, yeah, we're pretty sure then it's going to be Handlock. And we're not really protecting from anything right now. I mean, he could coin Azure Drake on the next turn. He can't coin the Giant though. So the question is, hopefully we get the Searing Totem here. That's what we really want. And that is not it. So I think next turn we're just going to have to combo the Owl and the Lightning Bolt onto the Azure Drake, or the Twilight Drake, sorry, when it gets played. If he doesn't coin it, then he's probably just going to go ahead and play Giant on the next turn. He does none of that. Okay, so what do we do with 4 mana now? If we do this, play this, we're going to be overloaded going into turn 5. We're only going to have 3 mana. And now, obviously, we're certain it's Handlock. So I think we should just keep building up totems. And that's kind of the one we want for when the Azure Drake does get played, or the Twilight Drake does get played. And instead he goes Giant, and is he going to? He's going to Mortal Coil the Searing Totem. Okay, so fair enough. We obviously have no way of killing this thing right now. We do have that though. I don't really want to overload myself going into turn 6, knowing that this is such an important card. I mean, he could have an Owl of his own. But I don't really have a lot of options right now. I feel like I get something on the board. I can't really afford to take a ton of damage from this Mountain Giant, so we got to play the Feral Spirit here. And still have enough mana to play and get another totem. And that allows me enough damage between my 3 creatures to actually finish off this Mountain Giant. And we have 2 options. We can hope to roll high. Well, we can roll high 3 to 4 down. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it that way. In fact, I'm pretty sure we can clear the board here. We did. We got the nice high roll on that guy. So we're going to be seriously overloaded, but we do have a Lava Shock. That's okay. I mean, I've got to lose my taunt. That's a shame, but we need to make sure these guys are gone. And hopefully I can build up a pretty serious board before he makes a really big turn. I mean, we're keeping him out of Molten Giant range, which is most important right now. We could see another Mountain Giant, but that may be still like back in his deck somewhere. There's a sludgy. And there's a hex. Now, let's see here. We have 4 mana. Do we need 2? If we unlock, that'll give us 5 more mana to play with. I think I'm just going to go for it. I've only got the 1 owl in here, so after this we're going to have to, use hexes a little more liberally and stuff like that. And I really don't see the point in playing Lava Shock on this turn because we're going to get the Taunt Totem, and we're going to be unloaded next turn on all that overload. So just play it like that. He doesn't. I mean, he could have the Hellfire, but there's not a lot of AoE in the Warlock. There's the Hellfire and the Shadow Flame, and it just depends how he wants to play it here. But if he does Hellfire, that means I can kill the Sludge Belcher on the next turn with my Lava Shock. And no, instead he just goes ahead and takes the puts out a new Sludgy. I don't have quite enough damage to push through it, and now that old Sludgy, well, that helps. That helps. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. Let's just get rid of it completely. And then we'll worry about the 3/5 on the next turn, because that one will not leave a little ooze behind. Now, we could have a Dark Bomb and use that in the Sun Fury to get rid of the Elemental, but if he doesn't, he's going to have to actually run the... No, he's got the Dark Bomb. And there's the Twilight Drake I was talking about earlier. Okay, so let's see here. We can play 1 creature, 1 creature, 1 creature. I think I was going to put this guy out on the board. I mean, there's a possible chance we get BGH'd, but I'm going to grab those spells and see. Ugh, I really would have preferred Sacrificial Pact out of there, because then I could just kill Jiraxxus when he goes to Jiraxxus. But at this point, it's not too bad. In fact, this is a really good spell because we have some good options. That looks like BGH is coming out. He's going to play the other Twilight Drake first. Yep, get maximum value from that. And now it's going to be really tough for me to come back here. Now I've got options. I have got options. We could play Sylvanas and Shadow Flame her to clear off both of these and give me one of the Drakes injured, which means they'll probably just trade on the next turn. It essentially clears the board. Otherwise, I could play Rag, but at the best, he's only going to kill one of these, and at the worst, he's probably going to hit one of these, and then they still have a full board. And then otherwise, I could play Dr. Boom, kill off. In fact, it might be the play. It might be the play. Considering what we're holding, I think we're just going to go ahead and do that. We're going to play Boom, kill the big game hunter, and see what happens. And I'm just going to report in from the Little Alex Mighty Owl match. I believe Mighty Owl has won 2-1 in that match. Okay, well, what happened there? He Shadow Flamed and played his own Boom? Did that just happen? Let's see here. Okay. Now this pumps a Shadow Flame, so my target will be +1 over its own strength. What would be ideal here? I think this guy is going to just have to get a big buff. I think we need him to be a 7. A 5. I don't think it's going to do enough damage. That's a problem. What are we facing? 7, 8, 9, 11, 14. No healing here. It's going to have to happen, I think. Maybe I'm just saving Hex too long. But yeah, with those bombs, and he's got 11 on board, I just can't. The taunt, nope, no taunt. Okay, that'll pretty much do it. In fact, if he's got Jiraxis in hand, he wins anyway. Anything else will do it. Oh, he's gonna go ahead and do it that way with Rag. All right, good game, sir. And the first match between myself and Cad will go to CaDaBu. And we will see you in the next one.